What's going on, guys? Drew back at you again with another reaction time video. We're going to take a look at a Bellular's Clips video. It's called Banned, the correct way to deal with community toxicity. This directly compares WoW to Final, and it's kind of nice to see someone talk about it, because if you've played both games, you know that the communities are different. They're different for their own specific reasons, but it's interesting to see what the correct way is. So let's figure out what he's talking about.
That we got from Dark Soul 9669. On the topic of the niceness of the Final Fantasy XIV community, it's also definitely a result of a report/moderation system that matters. No one click. You file a report, a GM then talks to you. Holy shit. Wow. How do they do that? How do they go through so many reports? Or is it the sort of thing if somebody's reported enough, then it's flagged to a GM? That's crazy. You see, it's weird. I don't really feel that solving that with sheer manpower is a viable solution. And also, World of Warcraft is such a goddamn massive game between retail and classic that if Blizzard was to do that, I think it wouldn't really work. And they need so many staff. You need to bring on so many staff to handle that. But that's so interesting that FF does it that way.
He's talking about the ticket reporting system. If you submitted a ticket in FF or a complaint about a player, you'll get a GM that reaches out to you and talks to you about that situation. I have submitted probably 100 to 200 tickets in total in WoW through 16 years, and I've only ever talked to like maybe 10 people. Most of them kind of fall on deaf ears, and then they ask you if it's resolved. Their system's kind of clunky, if we're being brutally honest.
So you file a report. That makes it almost seem like you actually have to type in a little bit. Wow. Wow. You know, it's interesting dealing with community toxicity and stuff. Oh, you get a 24-hour ban if you mess it up. And the Glacier is saying not many reports.
Yeah. So because they're more efficient, and because Square Enix actually takes the time to review and moderate, as they should, I find when I talk to people, like, they've either submitted one or none when it comes to reports against other Final Fantasy XIV players. Like, I had a group the other day where the healer was just being an asshole because one of our damage dealers wasn't dealing as much as they probably should, and using the wrong abilities at the wrong time. And we didn't report him, but basically the tank was like, hey, dude, he's got a sprout symbol. Shut up. Let's move on. And that was the end of it. It was pretty straightforward. I was kind of nice, honestly. And, like, there has to be some extremes like that you go to get reported, it feels like.
Right. I guess it's just worked then, their whole plan. I suppose it's the sort of thing, when you're setting culture, like a company culture or something, you got to get it right at the start.
Exactly.
Through. This is interesting. Though. It was a super from Dark Soul who said basically in FF, if you want to report a player, you file a report and then a GM talks to you about it.
I've never experienced that because I've never had to do it, but I have seen things that they have a significantly more active GM staff. Any decent forms of, or any strong forms of toxicity is punished very swiftly,
quickly.
And,
good should be.
Yeah, just if you call someone out for if you're an asshole, you get put in jail.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Same with any mention of ACT for advanced combat
ACT
tracker for DPS. If you use that to talk shit about someone,
you're gonna get banned.
If they report you, JM will sort you out.
So that's actually a way of combating that type of toxicity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
It's smart, is what it is.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? Props to them for that one. That's genuinely pretty cool. They're able to do it.
Well, we're saying that's in-game support for GM stuff. Square Enix are awful for customer support in general, it seems.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Judging by how the
Mog station. Yeah, I was gonna say, just go on the Mog station, dude. Just go on the Mog station. Try to recover your account.
The ever watching. I've basically you can't step out of line or else you will be got. people know that, they
Fair
feel
enough.
that, instead of you being able to say whatever you want in WoW.
Right.
There should be rules. Those rules should be enforced.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
It's
I
part
mean,
of TOS, I
what
think.
would it look like if whenever you were in Nathri and you looked at /1, it wasn't, you know, I mean, in some cases, like, just actual genuine racism going on, or
Yeah.
like any of that crazy shit that goes on in /1. It's like, what would WoW's communities and chat channels be like if it was like less of that horse shit and you know, less of the spam the trade chat gets inundated with? And it was, I don't know what it would look like. I don't even know what it looks like in FF. I've not paid attention, but it does make you wonder.
Well, so if it almost feels like in WoW that bans are few and far between, or they don't get talked about when it comes to chat issues in particular, and they've hit the nail on the head. /1 in Castle Nathria is laced with racism, bigotry. It has a lot of phobic speech and a lot of xenophobia, and it's unfortunate because, you know, this game's massive. Both games are massive, but you see it over there. Like, and I hate the argument, we'll just turn off chat. Just turn off that this is a multiplayer game. Just make it single player and I can beat all these bosses myself. I'll go solo Mythic Castle Denathrius by himself. Fucking, and it'll take me 55 minutes like a Sekiro fight. That'd be great. I'd be stoked. It completely would ruin that game. It would ruin most multiplayer games. And, you know, the whole point of an MMORPG is social gaming. And if you can't social game because the moderators or the company isn't actually monitoring how rampant bad chat is, you know, it's like there's no place for racism or bigotry in chat. I mean, I've seen people use horrible profanity and I see them the next day doing the same thing. I'm like, so no one did anything. It's been 24 hours. I came back. No one's done anything. You know, it's unfortunate because I have not heard a single story about that within the Final Fantasy community, whereas I lived that story in the WoW community. So it's very unique and interesting to see it from people who also are experiencing it and know better. So, well, that's going to be it. I just wanted to talk about community toxicity because it is real and it does exist in both games. There are people in 14 that do this. I'm not trying to say that there isn't. There absolutely is. It's just such a smaller percentile of that community versus WoW. It feels like a substantially higher number. You know, if it's 2% of the final community, it's 20 for WoW. That'd be the comparison I would use. So, you know, I hope both of them can fix it because we're all doing this to have fun. We play games to have fun, right, guys? So thanks for coming and watching. Make sure you hit the like button if you liked it. Make sure you subscribe if you want to check out any of my other content or material. Got more content on the way. Appreciate you as always. My name's Drew, Future Strategy Gaming. Peace.